India is welcoming 12 more cheetahs from South Africa. Second batch of 12 cheetahs have arrived in India. With this, the total number of cheetahs in the country is 20. The second batch has come nearly 5 months after the Prime Minister launched the world's first ever intercontinental cheetah translocation project. The wild African cheetahs arrived at the Gwalior Air Base in the Air Force C-17 aircraft and were shifted to quarantine enclosures at the Kuno National Park. Remember, India has signed a memorandum of understanding with South Africa, under which Africa is going to provide 10 to 12 cheetahs, in fact, every year for the next 10 years. All this under the ambitious Project Cheetah of the Government of India, which the government aims to reintroduce the species to its former habitat after 71 years. Akshay Dongre is getting asked more details on that story. Akshay, take us through the kind of arrangements that have been made. This undoubtedly is a big day as far as translocation of cheetahs and reintroducing them to India is concerned, isn't it?
Well, absolutely, Sneha, and in fact, for the economy of the region as well, this is going to be a very significant step because people have been waiting here for the past 20 years because the original project for Kuno was to rehabilitate Asiatic lions. However, that could not be completed. About 25 villages were relocated from this national park to other locations in a bid to, in fact, create a national park, a reservation for the Asiatic lions. But now, finally, cheetahs have been brought here after the memorandum of understanding was signed with the South African government. The people are hoping that the economy of the region increases as well, and there is more options of livelihood, more opportunities of livelihood as well as income for the people, especially for the locals. Now we are at the last village before, after this, the Kuno National Park starts. As far as the arrangements are concerned, there are going to be absolutely 24/7 surveillance of all the cheetahs that are here, that have been brought here from South Africa. Now, about 6 months back, 8 cheetahs were brought from Namibia, out of which one cheetah health was not doing well, had by the name of Sasha. Sasha had some liver issues, but that was from the birth. However, that is also improving. The health condition of that cheetah is improving, and in a few more days, they are likely to be released into the wildlife now. Because from the quarantine enclosure, the earlier cheetahs were in fact brought they were released into a bigger enclosure, but now they will be released into the wildlife. And similar kind of process will in fact continue for the 12 cheetahs that have arrived in the C-17 aircraft of the Indian Air Force. They were brought from Gwalior to here in 4 helicopters. They will be released as well. There will be checks. There will be in fact surveillance of all these cheetahs that have been brought here to ensure that they are safe and the population drastically increases in the upcoming few years as more and more cheetahs are brought. But if we have time, we'll just try and speak to the locals here who also have been waiting for the arrival of cheetahs. Just get in a word that what exactly are they feeling. एक बात बताइएगा आप लोग, चीताओं के आने से क्या लगता है कि आपके रोजगार या फिर जो इनकम की अपॉर्चुनिटीज है उसमें कोई असर पड़ेगा?
सर्वप्रथम हमें पीएम मोदी का धन्यवाद करना चाहिए और हमारे शिवराज सिंह मुख्यमंत्री जी का भी कि उन्होंने हमारे क्षेत्र में इतना मतलब अच्छा चीजें लाए और हमारे क्षेत्र का विकास होगा और
विकास होगा।
जी बिल्कुल उम्मीद है, बहुत उम्मीद है विकास होगा। क्षेत्र में टूरिस्ट आएंगे, अपने क्षेत्र का विकास होगा, बाहर से भी आएंगे और अपने यहाँ
एक आखिरी चीज बताइएगा मुझे कि कितने सालों का इंतजार रहा है, क्योंकि कई सालों से ये बात चल रही है। पहले शेरों की बात थी, अब चीता आए, कितने सालों का
कम से कम 10 साल से इंतजार हो रहा था। पहले शेर आएंगे जो अब तो चीते आए तो बहुत और ज्यादा खुशी हुई है। हाँ खुशी है, हाँ रोजगार बढ़ेंगे।
क्षेत्र का विकास के तौर पे देखा जाए तो इतना विकास नहीं है क्षेत्र का।
नहीं विकास बहुत हो रहा है, बढ़ रहा है, विकास तो बढ़ रहा है।
तो वो लगता है आगे वाले
हाँ नहीं और बढ़ेगा।
So there you have it for the people, for the locals, especially Sneha. This is the primary concern, that the arrival of cheetahs will bring prosperity. It will bring economic development of the region as well. And as more and more tourists start to arrive in the Kuno National Park to witness cheetahs in the wildlife here, they are optimistic that the situation of their region will improve. because apart from the roads, as far as the basic infrastructure is concerned, it is not that developed, and that exactly is the reason that people are now hopeful that after the arrival of cheetahs, at least there will be some sort of improvement in their situation. The cheetahs went extinct in 1950s and they are being reintroduced now, but it's going to be a long time before they can properly be released into the wildlife. And the only good thing about these cheetahs that have arrived from South Africa is that these are wild cheetahs. They have lived among hyenas, lions and other predators as well, so they know very well how to protect themselves, and that was one of the primary concern, not just among the project managers but also in the government, that what exactly is going to happen once the cheetahs are released into the wildlife. But with the arrival of wild cheetahs, that worry at least has subsided for now. Sneha?
All right, Akshay, I'm going to thank you for the moment for getting us all of those details. Akshay, my colleague, is at the Kuno National Park where 12 cheetahs have arrived. We have, in fact, these pictures of the cheetahs arriving in the Gwalior Air Base, and they, of course, will follow the same SOP or the standard operating procedure when it comes to translocating them and getting them to adjust at the Kuno National Park, where 8 cheetahs were brought in 5 months ago. So in totality, we'll have 20 cheetahs. Remains to be seen how they adapt. But fingers, of course, remain crossed on that one.